it's almost kind of like that game of the claw. You get picked up and then you just get dropped off. Like that's really just how it feels. And so I want to be able to catch those women as they pick up, come from the military and get dropped into civilian life. Like I have a platform here where I can kind of help them.
Hello, Oxygen community. I am super excited, and I have to tell you, as many of you know, I am humbled to do this interview today. I got to meet this brilliant woman in a cohort that I am in, and I am bringing to you KeishaMarie Douglas, who is the veteran wing woman. And as I say this to you, I am going to try really hard to not cry as we do this interview, but I get chills doing this for you because KeishaMarie is coming to us with 16 years from the U.S. Air Force. And as you all know, I have a very special place in my heart for people who have served our country. So we're going to get started by saying thank you for your service, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am so incredibly humbled by the work that you are doing. And I am so excited for you to tell this community about what you're doing. I'm just so proud of you. So go ahead, let's start with tell us about your business and tell us what you are bringing out to the world.
Awesome. Okay. I feel like I'm bringing magic to the world. So
Hell yes. Hell yes.
I'm going to take you back basically 10 years because this year will be 10 years that I got out of the military. And my last duty station that I was stationed at was Minot, North Dakota. And I knew that I had to get out because I felt like going to work every day. I felt like I wasn't doing anything I felt like I was just going there reviewing dental records every day. And so it was one day I was given the opportunity to get out of the service early and I took it. Like I jumped on the first thing smoking. But when I got out, I came down here to Tampa, Florida, and I was looking for those programs. I was looking for that community for female veterans as I got out of the service. And while I was trying to quote unquote reacclimate, readjust, get into my new venture, get into my new life, because I went into the service when I was, I think, 18, 19 years old. And so I didn't know what I was doing then. And I get out of the service, I'm mid 30s, and I'm like, okay, how do I learn how to be a civilian? And so I was really just trying to do the best I could to fit in. And I really couldn't find it. I did fall into the world of network marketing, which I'm not going to knock it because I learned a lot of skills while I was in network marketing. But the thing is I was really having that longing. Like I had that sisterhood within the network marketing, but I was really looking for the longing for being in with the other, finding my veteran sisters. Like that's really what it was that I was looking for. So as the pandemic kind of came here, back a few years ago, like that really was my turning point where I was like, okay, I cannot like sit on this anymore. Like I really want to find those veteran women, build up that community, and just have that place for them for when they get out of the service and they just, it's almost kind of like that game of the claw. You get picked up and then you just get dropped off. Like that's really just how it feels. And so I want to be able to catch those women as they pick up, come from the military and get dropped into civilian life. Like I have a platform here where I can kind of help them and just be that big sister for them, be that mentor for them, and help guide them as they go through their mental challenges and just help them with their positive thinking. And maybe they might not know what they want to do, or maybe they already know what they want to do. But I really feel like veteran women, like just especially, like we really need a community where we can come together, pour into each other, and just empower and just be a mentor. Like my heart is all happy because, just like I love connecting people. I really, really do. So yeah.
I love all of this. And I think for people who are kind of listening to this going, well, isn't there a program or doesn't doesn't the DAV do this or, all of those components? They do. However, there's a ton of gap. And I think that when you call yourself kind of like the big sister or the mentor piece to this for someone who works within the DAV when we're working at the cemetery or we see this, it is there, but there's also a lot of fall through. And I think that, we say it here a lot. You're never judged by someone who's further down the path than you are. So careful where you pull judgment from in the business world or really anywhere in life. But I think what I see you doing so incredibly well is saying, "Hey, I've been here." Like, hey, we're finding people who are either, newly doing this or have done this, and we're putting you all in the same room so that, by the way, we'll find you resources. We'll do this together.
Yeah, because when I got out, I really didn't know of the resources and things like that. Like I was just like, okay, I'm a civilian now. Well, just gonna go and work this network marketing, and that's basically just kind of what it was. But I didn't know anything about my benefits. Like it was just so many things that I think I missed out on since I when I got out. Like I just felt like again, like I was just picked up and just you
Yeah.
give me paperwork, and then that was it. Like and it's just sad.
So the other thing that I really love about what I know about what you're doing is the branch between that and all of these companies that want to help veterans. And I think you're taking this so well. So talk to me a little bit about what your hope is for the veteran women that you're working with and the businesses that want to help veterans but maybe need a little bit of help. What does that kind of liaison look like for you, and how can businesses work with you and help you in any capacity?
That's a good question. I really think, and my heart's desire is I would really love it to where if I could kind of start working with businesses so that I can figure out what their needs are, especially if they're like a veteran friendly business and what it is that I can kind of help them with. So it's almost kind of like the both of us kind of coming together so I can help them and then they can kind of help me. But I was also thinking as well is me bringing these women together, then we can almost kind of do a little bit of work prior to and like start working with these other businesses that are looking for just who are looking to hire because I mean right now especially here in Florida like inflation's high and I know people are hiring and I just know that a lot of people are looking for work and then if I know someone is looking for work and I can like it just kind of all intertwines together but I just
Yeah.
know me when I went through it when I got out 10 years ago like I went through a lot of mental challenges and so I really want the businesses to know that sometimes some of us veterans, like we might need a little bit of, I don't want to say like grace, but we're going to like need a little bit of just be patient with us in some cases because,
Yeah.
like sometimes we like might need an extra mental health day or so. So that's kind of what I really want them to understand.
Yeah, the advocacy helps eliminate the stigma so much.
Yeah.
I think that there's a huge place for you to plug that gap. Somebody said to me the other day, you can have a bucket that's full of holes, and if you just keep making more holes and you don't plug the other ones, it doesn't help the bucket. The bucket's only going to drain faster. And I think a lot of the work that I hear you doing, you're plugging so many of those holes and then filling that bucket at such an exponential rate. I mean, for an organization like you to bring women in who have gotten resume writing tips and have gotten coaching and can sit through an interview, by the way, and we're trained by the US government, right? Like, are literally willing to come to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because they know deployment and they know skills and they, all of the things that are an asset that come from being in the military. And then you be a contained hiring pool. Aren't we all looking directly for that?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that is really so true. And it's so it's like funny because I have other people who were already within the military community in like the veteran women and even like because I was a military spouse as well. So I have a relationship with other military spouses. And they are also looking at ways that they can work with veterans to kind of give them that in to kind of help them finding a job and to help them with just the whole transition of reacclimating to being a civilian again. So that is pretty cool.
So, what do you think the top skills are that you would like to offer as an organization to your women that maybe businesses could help mentor or come and offer to kind of, I love the kind of big sister, big brother term in your organization. If you could offer those or kind of solicit help from companies that wanted to partner with you, what do you think some of those skills would be that um, your attendees would benefit from the most?
It's funny you say that. I was like, really more along the lines of like the HR skills. Like, and it's
Mhm.
it's kind of so funny because that's kind of what I like my final job that I was doing before I got out of the service. Like I was doing a lot of HR stuff and it was like a lot of life skills, soft skills, like a lot of those things. Now I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't really learn those two probably until I got out of the service, but I really like the HR things, the life skill things, the working with others. And I know this much. I mean, like, of course, us being active duty, like we know how to work with others and things of that nature. Golly, it's just like it's just so many of them, but I really want to hone in on the HR skills and then just the working with others, employees and things of that nature. And of course, I mean, I think military women, I think we already got the leadership skills down. Like I really, really
Mhm.
think so. Because how I see it is you got a woman who was at the top and then she comes out and then the next thing you know, it's like, okay, so what's next? Where to next? Just so it's just a plethora of things. Like if the opportunity comes available and someone presents it and I could see where it could fit into the organization, then I'm not opposed. I'm not knocking it. Like I'm really, really not, because like I want to say we're almost kind of new, but this has been like 2 years in the making that we've been working on this and just doing this. And so I got some hardworking women and golly, yeah, like so I have one young lady now in my head that I'm thinking about. I mean, just really, really hard working. And like you said, like we work 24 hours a day. And so it's like we're always just giving in and giving a lot. Giving. Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
just always giving.
So my next question for you is going to be, what do you think the skills are that you get out of the military that people don't think of? And you said leadership. What are the things that you think the military gives you that as an employer you should be thinking, I know that when someone has the military on their resume, I know I'm getting this.
Um, I'm trying to think of how we used to say it in my past life. Being coachable and teachable. That's what
Oh,
we
preach. You're
call
like talking my love language.
so because I mean like I remember coming through, we used to always like it was like teach one, show one, teach one, do one. That's kind of how like when I remember when I first came in back in 98, because I'm the type of learner where I need to see you do it and then I'll do it with you and then I can show you that I know how to do it. And so and that's another thing. And then like discipline, like I don't know, because I just know us, like we're disciplined, we're committed. It's almost to the point to like we're so disciplined to where so it could be a little stubborn, like because it's like okay, you can let it go. Like we are really, really committed. Like I really think so. Like I have another
We
friend
call
and
that passion, Keisha. We call that passion.
okay, so passion. So it's just I mean, like I really think like just the veteran community are some really hard workers. Like that's
Yeah.
really, really like how I see it. Like, and I think that we really bring a lot to the table, but I think what we kind of disconnect, and I'm taking this and I'm speaking this from experience, that we have all these reports that we've gotten written on us 10, 15, 20, 20 plus years. You get all these reports written, and then it's like, okay, you need to convert that over into the civilian terminology so that the civilian employers can understand that we are pretty bad, you know what, like
Yeah.
so it's
I
like
love that.
okay, so yeah, so we bring a lot. I mean, absolutely a lot. It's like
Yeah,
yeah, we
I love
really
that.
so passionate.
Okay, so let's talk about some of these women that you are bringing in and the services that you're offering. Obviously, you've got this program, Reacclimate Her,
Mhm.
which, if you guys have not figured this out, the positivity just, oozing out of the situation over there is just absolutely amazing. One of the things that I really appreciate about what you want to bring to the table is the fact that there are some women who, they come out and they reacclimate well. They just it's really smoother
Yeah.
than it is for others. But then the opportunity for companies to step in and maybe sponsor some of these women through the program and make it so that if there is really a need, they can still get help. And you're creating a community where there is no difference. It's they're all together, and that community is all one. So talk to me about what that program looks like when they go through it and what they're really getting in Reacclimate Her.
It's really it's really a community. It's really like that's the real big thing is we're going to build up that community within the whole veteran aspect of it, but it's also going to help them to learn about taking care of themselves, relearning themselves, how to have positive thinking going through this whole mental transition. And then I really like the fact that if there's something that might be missing, something you might be like missing out on when it comes down to your benefits, it might be something that you might be missing out on with family. Like I have someone who's going to come in and she is because I'm divorced, so I don't have any little kids, but she is a military wife. So she's going to come in and she is going to talk about how you can rehome and reacclimate being at home and bringing your family into this and having your family understand about you're back at home now and just all those good things like that. So mostly it's going to be a community, but it's going to help them to learn how to be a civilian within the community. And that's really the thing that I really want to drive home. But I don't want to discount the VA, the DAV. I don't want to discount none of the veteran services. Like I don't even want to take away from them. Like if anything, I really want to help promote the VA and to promote those services because I mean that's what I'm here for. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Like that's my process on it.
Yeah, I think, I think you're accenting and maybe even making it easier or more approachable to get into programs that I think sometimes feel daunting. I think sometimes it feels like those programs are big and scary and maybe don't, they've got a little bit of a stigma around them, right? Like we see that with some of the older, more retired people that are going through death benefits on my side at the cemetery. It's very daunting. And I think when there are precious people like you who are willing to be that kind of softer touch when people are just not sure, even just to pick up the phone, there, no matter what, you are an asset to that organization and that group of people because it is scary to pick up the phone and, not sure what you're going to get or if it's worth their time or how long you're going to stay on hold.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I'm rolling my eyes. Like, I kid you not, I made a call not too long ago, and sure enough, like the phone just rang and rang and rang. I created a reel on Instagram because I'm just like, what if I really, really like needed to talk to a mental health therapist? And the phone just rang. And so like it's funny that you talk about it the way that it is. And you're the second person that's even brought this up to me. When I was active duty, people used to always come to me and I'd be at work because I used to be a dental assistant. So I'd be at work pulling dental records and someone would say, "Hey, Sergeant Douglas, what's the number to medical?" And I was like, "Oh, it's that." And so I used to always be that person where I was almost like the resource person. And that's really where I feel like in this whole veteran wing women community, like I'm the resource person. Like I might not have the answers, but I can definitely point you to the person who will have the answers for you. That's kind of how I feel.
And when things are not going well, you're supposed to find the helpers, right? And I think you're definitely one of those people. So
I need helpers. Like we really do. So
amen. Amen to that. All right. So I want to make sure that we very clearly tell people how they can interact with you, both from a corporate perspective and a donor perspective, and then both for that and for women who are veterans and want to engage with you, maybe be on your social media. And then on top of all of that, even if you are neither one of those things, they can follow you on social media, share you, all of the things. So let's start with businesses that either are interested in the mentorship or making donations to you or any types of those things. How do companies best interact with you or at least touch base with you so that they could talk through what would work best for their donation packages?
yes, I really think that probably the best way to contact me is probably through LinkedIn. And if my memory is correct, I'm pretty sure that my LinkedIn is KeishaMarie Douglas. And how I set my platforms up is that all my platforms are similar, very, very similar all across the board. Because my Facebook and my Instagram is KeishaMarie Douglas. If you Google KeishaMarie Douglas, you're gonna find me. So I really tried to make it as streamlined as I could. Even my email is Keisha@KeishaMarieOnline.com. So like so
I love that.
just try to make it just as easy. And then of course in my photos, I got big crazy hair and I'm trying to tame my hair now because I want a more professional look. So,
We love you no matter how you show up. Okay, so we'll make sure that that's linked in the notes for all of this so anyone can reach out to you. What about women who are interested in your services and looking to connect? What is the best way for them to engage in your communities and maybe kind of dip their toe in the KeishaMarie world?
Yes. I think how I've been telling people is that if a veteran woman is interested in connecting with me and linking up and probably want to send me a message or something, I just request that if they hit me up on LinkedIn or Facebook or anything of that nature, just to DM me and just tell me they're a veteran. Just veteran. Like that's just the biggest thing that I just need is just a veteran. And then we can continue the conversation on from there because then it's almost kind of like I want to see what her needs are and see what it is that she needs because I would love to have her come to our meet and greet on Thursday if she's available. If she's in the local area, I would love to have her come to the in-person meet and greet that we're going to have here next Friday. But if she's not, like, I still want to be able to see where I could be of service to her. Like that's really, because I just don't want a woman to get out of the service and feel alone. Like
Yeah.
I just don't. Like,
Yeah.
girl, we got a whole tribe of people around here who's ready to love on you. Like that's
Amen. Yeah, so you do not have to be in the direct Tampa Bay area to take advantage of these services. So just so everybody's aware, you can virtually engage in these services. So please make sure you reach out on any platform. If you reach out to us here at Oxygen, we're happy to connect you with any one of KeishaMarie's links or any one of those services so that you get the help that you need. But by all means, don't wait, and we'll be sure to hook you up. And then, so you just mentioned it a few minutes ago, but Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, anywhere else that you would like people to follow you, share your content, anything else that they can do to help you spread your message?
on Threads, but I'm not as
Ooh,
engaged.
girl,
Threads is a beast, and I'm just still trying to learn
you're
how to
you're
play
so
around.
brave.
I'm still learning how to. Like I'll play around on it, but not much as I probably should. Like I have two Facebook groups for veteran women, and so like I'm like those bad boys are growing. Like and it's just
I love
crazy
that.
because I'm just like, oh my goodness. But like I really feel like I wouldn't be where I am if I wasn't supposed to be there.
Amen.
So
Amen to that.
let's just do it.
So tell me what you think this journey means to you.
Ooh. I think this is what I was supposed to be doing all along, and I was just being stubborn and not listening. I really think so because I mean, when I was active duty, like I really had that heart of being around people. Like I tell people I'm an extra extrovert. Like I just love people in. My ex-husband used to go crazy because he'd be like, "Why are you volunteering so much?" And I'm just like, "I don't know. I just do it." And so, and it just feels like it's a big thing in my heart. Like, and I really just feel like that's just I just don't want people suffering. I don't want people being alone. Like September is suicide prevention month, and I have lost lots of people due to that sadness. And I just don't want to lose no one else. Like, and so that's really just what I feel like. Like I was put here, like my claw experience was I was put here, I was dropped off, but it was like I was picked up and dropped off again because I really feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, and I absolutely love it. I love bringing recognition to other veterans, and I want to do it to where I can put them and let them shine, and I just sit in the background. I can just be that proud mama and just mama bear. So
I love that.
I do. So
I love that so much. Well, I am crazy proud of you. And I know that the organization that we met through, obviously we were talking about this, but I'm going to say this where lots and lots of people can hear it. The organization that we belong to together is super proud of you and sees so much potential in what you're doing and all of the light that you're going to pass on to others and the lives that you're going to impact. And I know I told you I'm going to cry during this podcast. I got a message about you this morning, not no one knowing that we were doing this today. And you are going to change lives, Keisha. You are going to save lives and you are going to change them. And we are all so incredibly proud of you. And I just, yeah, I'm proud to have you on my podcast because I think you're amazing.
it's an honor to be here. Thank you so much. It really
So,
is. Oh, okay.
all right. So the last question I always ask everybody is tell me what you think you're going to do next.
What I think I'm going to do next. First is going to promote my event more. Um, and- because I really
Well, here's your opportunity. What is your event?
oh,
Let's hear it.
it's the online. It's the online meet and greet
Oh,
that's coming up this Thursday. And
all
I
right.
was actually told at our previous in-person meetup that there's a women's advocate, and my goal is to try to contact this person. I'm gonna go on a search mission and try to find this person because she's affiliated with the VA. That's what I hear. And so that is my goal for this week, is to find the women's advocate, because I need to get in. I'm already being seen by the VA, but I need to let them know what I am doing. And so within the VA, they can start helping to promote what I'm doing in the community.
All
So
right. Well, so anybody from the VA that's female and wants to reach out, she'll take that call directly. So, all
yeah,
right. Well, we tell everyone that's on our podcast that we hope you take just a little bit of time to breathe life in. And I hope you take just a big, deep breath for all of our veterans. Our flag flies because of the breath of our veterans. And we appreciate you being here, Keisha.
thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This was such a blast. Thank you again.
You're welcome.